Tell me about the battle you had with Nas in the 90s.
I didn't battle Nas in the 90s. I met Nas when I first started. I was in the cypher, and I ended up going back and forth with Ja Rule. And I was young, so I mean, it ain't even much to talk about. He yelled a lot.
Wait. Cool. Your boy Lush said that you battled Nas in the 90s.
Shit, Lush is wrong. First of all, I love Lush. That's my guy. I love Lush. That's my guy. I didn't even know Lush in the 90s, so how you gonna tell me more about it?
Well, he's saying that
you said what?
He's saying it like you told him about it or something, so I don't know.
Nah, maybe well, this is the story. It got misconstrued. No, I never, that never happened. But the story got mixed up. Nas was there, and it was a big ass cypher, and it was like literally one of the first ciphers I ever got into with a bunch of people that like, outside of just, my friends in school and motherfuckers on the block, things like that. Like I was at a video shoot, and it was like, that's Smith & Wesson, Nas was there, Ja Rule, whatever. And I was getting it in. Nas had came to me afterwards and was like, yo, keep writing. I heard what you was saying. Yo, you nice. And I was like, this nigga Nas say I was nice? And that shit really, really, I ain't gonna lie, that was like one of the first confidence boosts I had. Because this is like, Nas pretty much been a legend since he came out. Let's just be very clear.
Right.
Like, when has Nas not been legendary? Even if you're not a mega fan, you can't not say that Nas ain't there's all sorts of legend, all sorts of icon. You know what I mean? So even back then, he was already him. Like Nas was him since he came out. Since fucking what's the first thing he did?
Live at the barbecue.
It's like that, y'all. He was him since that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Lost Professor and all that. So the fact that he had said a line that I said, yo, you said this. And I'm like, oh shit, Nas quoted a bar to me. And Nas told me I was nice. And I ain't gonna lie, that little piece, that shit gave me the battery pack energy for like the next 2-3 years. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm getting for what nobody say. I say I'm nice. And this, keep in mind, I didn't have any songs. I was just a kid with a bunch of notebooks, mad verses. I didn't even know how to count bars yet. Real shit. Like that's how early it was. I didn't know how to count bars. All I knew is I was ambitious, and I was just trying to be heard to get my point across. And even when I had got into that cipher, I was scared. I have no reason to lie to you. I mean, at the end of the day, fear drove me to do what I did. So sometimes fear is a good thing. Like if you use fear and you run away, use a bitch ass nigga. I use fear to approach the shit head on, and actually came out with a not a cosign, but came out with Nas giving me love and more people knowing who I was than before. So I used the fear and I turned it into that. Because I was scared. I didn't like all these people were known already. Ain't nobody know who I was. I was just there. And I was just like, and in my mind, I was like, yo, this is my chance. Let me go spit something. And I did. And then Nas gave me love. And that's not my man. I can't call that nigga today, but I will never forget that. So, you know what I'm saying? So I will always give Nas that, even though I'm from the South, you feel me?
Right.
But I'm going to always give Nas that credit, you know what I'm saying? But on the low, I heard Nas was born in Crown Heights. So he got a little Brooklyn love too. Shout to the British, though. Shout to Nas, man. You know what I mean?
What year are we talking about when this happened?
Oh, I don't know.
This is the same time that you battle in Ja Rule? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe like 90, like.
Because you was a teenager at the time, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I was still in school. It was, bro, I can't tell you what time it had. I'd have to go back to my.
Gotcha.
It was a while ago.
Well, I think it was dope how you was talking about with fear, like how you used fear, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
one of like my favorite quotes is from Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine says that if you can harness that fear to be behind you, to propel you towards the direction instead of pushing you away from it, it's a very
That's
powerful
exactly
thing.
what I did. That's a wonderful quote. That's an amazing quote. And if people live by that quote, you know, they probably achieve more than they thought they ever could.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with Ja Rule, it was separate from the cypher, or it was like in the cypher he was
No,
going
it was
at you?
all that was all the same situation.
Got you. Okay.
That was all the same situation.
So he started barking on you.
Yelling. He has a big voice.
And what was your reaction?
Don't ask me no bars, bro. Don't ask me. I don't, bro. This is.
But like, what was your reaction though? Like when he was doing that to you, you was looking at him funny, or you was like,
of course. I mean, I was scared of the aspect of rhyming. I wasn't scared of the aspect of like being around guys or I wasn't intimidated in that fact.
mm-hmm.
That intimidation, I really don't have that. You know what I mean? I can handle myself fairly all right. You know what I'm saying? I handle myself fairly well, so I ain't worried about that. So, but just the intimidation of expressing my art and all of that. So, yeah, he yelling and shit, and I'm just looking at him like, it wasn't nothing. Like, it was just like, this dude was really loud. He was loud. And I never really heard nobody rhyme like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess, I don't know, man. Maybe I was a Queen. Maybe that's a Queen's thing, because he's from like Hollis or some shit, right?
He's from Hollis.
So, I mean, maybe that's from watching Run DMC as a kid. Because Run DMC from Hollis, and they got that bravado kind of like, I'm not saying he yelled, but Run kind of, if you listen to an old Run DMC record, Run kind of yelled.
Right.
So maybe that was just like, okay, he watching him as a kid, so that's his style. So maybe he watched that, and that's kind of what helped him, you know, mess his style together. So maybe that's why he yells too. I don't know, but he yelled a lot. Shout to him.
But you learned a lot from that situation, right?
I learned from every situation. I'm learning from this interview. I learned from every situation, bro. I try to take, you know what I'm saying? Like life is a series of lessons, bro. Life is a series of lessons. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you got your mental capacities, you're always gonna learn something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I learned something every day. I learned something from that shit. I'm constantly learning shit.
What do you feel like you learned from that situation?
I learned that why should you be scared to rap, first of all? Like, dog, these fucking words. Like, what's somebody gonna do to you? What you gonna do to me, fam? Like, so I learned that a lot of times with people with fear, it's the fear of the unknown as opposed to the fear of something bad happening to you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So it's like, you're just scared of, I don't know what's going to happen, so I don't want to do it. But it's like, but if you do it, something great can transpire as well. You know what I mean? So I learned, like, all this shit is sink or swim, bro. Like, bro, you got to take those risks. And I learned that from that day. That was one of the things I learned. You have to learn to take risks. You can't, like, bro, everything is not going to work out in your favor. You know what I mean? But, if you don't take any shots, you don't hit no shots. So you got to take some shots, my guy. So that shit taught me, like, seize every opportunity that you can, because it may not occur like that ever again. Because even after all these years in the game, like, I doubt I'll ever be in another situation with Smith and Wesson and Method Man and Nas and Ja Rule and all these motherfuckers in one spot. And it's like, that would never happen ever again. So you got to seize the opportunity every time you get it. And that's the main thing that I learned. That's the main thing that I learned.
I think it's dope what you're talking about, because a lot of times I feel like in our culture, people make fun of you if you fail when you attempt something, but it's like, at least you tried, right? Because how could you know if you didn't do it?
I'm not, I mean, we all have regrets, but I try not to have as many regrets. You know what I mean? It's this thing that I did that I'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that, but I did it. And I'm still here. So how bad was it really? Right. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has a perfect, unblemished, record. It doesn't work like that, man. And if you want blemish, that means you ain't putting enough work. You feel me? So I'm definitely blemished. I'm definitely I'm definitely an imperfect perfection. You know what I'm saying? So
it's facts, man. And it's dope that you have the humility to be able to talk about that, because I feel like a lot of times people are afraid to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, humility, man. I believe more people need to learn humility, man. And I know when to check that too, because I know what I am, and I know when I'm capable of it. I know what I've achieved and accomplished in my career. So I know when to be like, yo, fuck that humility shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, I'm humble, bro. Like I'm successful in what I do, but I'm not a superstar. Like I'm in the town every day. I'm in the sky every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to keep my head up and look people in the eye, give motherfuckers that strong handshake. You feel me? Every day. I ain't looking down. I'm me, nigga. You feel me? So you gotta keep that aesthetic, man. You know what I mean?